My salinity sensor says that the PPM is 4700, but in reality it's 3300. I have installed a new cell and sensor. Actually, the new sensor says the salinity is even higher. Is there a way to calibrate sensor?
Many generators display an average of the past 30 days for the salt reading. Some have a capability to get an instant reading and then they go back to displaying an average after that. What type of generator do you have? Also, please note that any reading meter or generator unit will be plus or 300 parts per million as a general rule in our industry. If you have an Aquarite generator, here are the steps. If not, let me know, type and I can get back to you. Be sure the power is on and allow the filter pump is running. Then move the power switch down to the off position and leave the unit off for a few seconds. Move the switch back up to the auto position. Listen for the unit to make a clicking sound, which should happen within about 15 seconds. Press the diagnostic button 5 times in a row once the system produces the clicking sound. The system will engage in the resetting process, and the numbers on the unit's display reading will continuously change until the process is complete. Wait until the numbers on the system's display unit stop changing. Check the display unit for the number it displays. If the constant number displayed is close to the actual salt level of the pool, move the power switch up to the superchlorinate setting for a moment. Then move the switch back down again to the auto setting. This sets the displayed number at the new average salt reading. There may be a difference of plus or 300 parts per million between any meters when test and or generator reading.
I have a Jandy AquaPure. Its readings are real-time. The manufacturer states that it calibrates itself every time it powers up. I'm trying to get info from folks that do this and work with these products for a living. I really don't trust the answers I got from Zodiac, who make the unit. Their answer was that if the actual salinity goes above or below 30 amount, the unit will give false readings. Being an engineer, I don't buy that. Any help would be greatly appreciated. P.S. I also installed a new chlorine generator.
Usually if the temperature of the water goes below or above a certain level, we see some false readings of the salinity across the board with all generators. If the salt level is too high, the cell will not produce chlorine as it should. I'm sure if it is way too high, the board is not capable of dealing with real figures. First, do the easy thing: turn off the unit and then power back on. In case the flow sensor was unplugged at any time we go through this, as it is required to be sure of what we do next is not affected. Recalibration. Check to see if the front board is irreverent. 8. If so, this board has to be tested before proceeding. Salinity calibration. Press the salinity button and hold it until it beeps 3 times. The system will beep when you push it, and then at 5 seconds and again at 10 seconds. Release the button after the 3 beep. Press and release the temperature button within 5 seconds to enter the salinity calibration screen. The system will display the salinity reading. Press the up arrow to increase the reading and the down arrow to decrease the reading. When the proper reading is reached, press the temperature button within 5 seconds to store it in memory.
Now this is the type of information I have been looking for. Thank you. I will try this when I get home tonight. Keep your fingers crossed.
Let me know if it works or not.
Well. Pressing and holding the salinity button for 10 seconds only put the cell into boost mode. Where do I check to see what revision the board is at? Here's a picture of the AquaPure control that I have.
Your firmware revision number can be found on the back of the front AquaPure PCB. It is located on a small black square. In trying to find a picture of it for you, I came across this site with great information on testing, including pictures. I think with your background you may find it helpful. http://www.pleasurepoolsnode.com/wp-content/theme/pleasurepool_latest/pdf/aquapure%20 and %20 pure link %20 troubleshooting %20 manual.pdf. I did not see an error code, but I would double check all steps on page 27. Most importantly, are you producing chlorine? If not, add supplemental till this gets worked out. Let me know what revision you have and how the sensor check goes. I would also check the board as well.
Sorry for not getting back to you sooner as I was out of town. The chlorine generator is not running. When the salinity sensor says it's too high, it shuts off the cell. It doesn't state what too high is. My guess is that the threshold is around 4,100 parts per million, as that seems to be the point at which I get the error. BTW, the error code I get is 145, which is too much salt. That's the only error I get. I have been putting chlorine tablets in the skimmer as a supplement until I can get this fixed. I will get a look at the board tomorrow when it's light outside. In the meantime, I will check out the troubleshooting manual you advised. Thanks again for your help. Dan.
If salt is too high, it will shut off. You will need to dilute water to get back running. Threshold is 4,000 if memory serves me correctly.
That's the whole problem here, the salinity is not high. I have had the water tested by 2 different pool people and the actual salinity is tilde 3,300 parts per million. The sensor is reading 4,700 parts per million.
Sorry, I misread your reply. I understand you have a new sensor. I would check to be sure it has not scaled up, as it is something to look at in case something is on it. Also, are you in an area where there may be high dissolved solids in the water? As the sensor reads the solutes in water, if there are other solutes in the water, it can also give a false high reading of salt.
If you have a home improvement or appliance question and want to chat with an expert now, visit JustAnswer.com/YTHI.